Are you a liar? In this video, I'm going to show you 3 signs that you are living a lie. So what are the signs that you're lying to yourself? This is a very deep and profound subject, but I definitely want to give you a different perspective of lying. Look, ultimately, I am a coach, and the role of a coach is to help someone go from where they are to where they want to be, and then kind of set out that journey with them and go on that journey with them to help them achieve whatever it is they want to achieve, whether they want to win with their health or their energy, their relationships, their wealth, their work, their sport. It really doesn't matter. So being truthful with your word and not lying is absolutely essential for progress. So to lie, we really have to communicate, right? Now, I'm not just talking about communicating with the words that I'm saying now, because we communicate inside our head. In fact, yesterday we watched this film, I can't even remember what it was called, but you could actually hear what people were thinking. And if we could hear what we were thinking, we'd probably realize, hang on a second, you're saying something, but your actions don't back it up. For example, people will say, what's the most valuable thing you own? When you ask that question, people will say, in many cases, their health. But then when you look at how they live their life, you think, well, you're saying that, you're not doing that, you're lying to yourself. But communication, why do we communicate? Well, we communicate to build relationships, we communicate to inform, to entertain, to persuade, and even to manipulate. So we communicate and we can lie and we can tell the truth. The opposite of lying is the truth. And what is the truth? Well, the truth for me is something that you accept. I'm not here telling you that I'm right and I'm truthful and what you believe is wrong. No, I want you to make this out for yourself. Make it up for yourself. Work it out for yourself. And the type of lying I'm talking about, I'm not talking about pathological liars, people who just lie all the time, or people who lie to hurt others or even to protect others. I'm not even talking about politicians and thieves and criminals, the lies that they tell. I'm talking about the lies that we tell ourselves and the damaging side effects of when we say we're going to do something and we don't do it. I think when we do that, we create a sense of worry, anxiety, we create overthinking, we don't feel authentic to be truthful with our word. But why would we lie? Why would human beings say one thing and do another? Like I say, this is a deep subject. I think one of the reasons is we want to fit in. We want to be accepted. We want to avoid being rejected. So in trying to do that, we want to fit in. And that's why often we will tell lies and we'll tell people things that maybe aren't true. And a sign that you're lying is that your emotions don't match your words. You're trying to convince yourself of something, but deep down inside, there's no feeling that is in alignment to that. That you're looking outside of yourself for your self-confidence. So let me ask you a question. Are you where you want to be right now in your life? Are you where you want to be? Now, chances are you're not. I don't think most of us are. I think deep down we know there's progress to be made. Would you agree that there are some gaps between where you are and where you want to be? If you look at the word, you can see on the board it said normal lies. That we kind of normalize our life by telling ourselves lies. And these 3 signs that we're living a lie, I believe, is when we know that our future could be better than what it is. We know that. That we know that we have goals and dreams and ambitions. We want to be better. But we just don't back that up by our actions. And when we're really lying to ourselves, especially if you do believe that there's a better future for you, that you could be more than you currently are, you could be happier, you could be healthier, you could be more productive. You know that, but that isn't backed up in what you do every single day. And the 3 signs that you're living a lie is that you focus a lot on what is missing. You talk about what you haven't got. That's the first sign. The second sign is you talk a lot about what you can't do, that is out of your control. And the third is you talk about the past. You kind of live in the past. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that, but it's very, very hard to close the gaps between where you are and where you want to be if you're focusing on what's wrong, if you're focusing on what isn't there, if you're talking about, oh, I can't do that, it won't work, if you're talking about where it was, how it was in the past. To turn that around To really build success and momentum in your life, I think you have to be open to the truth. The truth for me is there's only one thing that exists in the universe. Just one thing. You know what that thing is? For me, it's possibilities. When you look outside or you look up at the stars, you just think, well, how many possibilities are there of what I could do? But what do most people do? They do what they did yesterday. So many people just settle for where they are. They justify where they are. But deep down, they know. And if you're one of those people who just deep down knows that you're not being in integrity with the person that you want to become, then you're in the right place. If that's not you, then you probably won't be watching this. You probably would have stopped and gone to do something else instead. But it's the knowing that right now, everything that you do is a vote for the person that you want to become. And look, we've done so many videos around this, around the whole concept of our future self, that there is a future self out there for you, a better version of you. The question I want to ask you is this something you want to carve out? Michelangelo famously carved out the statue of David. And that piece of marble was outside for a long time, and it had been discarded by so many people because it was old, it didn't look very good. But what he decided to do, Michelangelo, was he saw the statue of David in the marble. And he was prepared to do what other people weren't prepared to do the work. And now when you see that statue, that was the result of probably hundreds of hours of work. And I think deep down that we know that many of us are settling for the life that we have rather than carving out what it is that we want. So let me ask you just a couple more questions on this. What will be your greatest ever achievement? In your life, what will be your greatest ever achievement? Do you think that one of those achievements could be who you become, you stop lying to yourself, you start focusing on the possibilities that exist for you, you look at what you can do, and you're thinking about the future. You're thinking about what you can do today to be truthful to yourself, to be integral with your word, that only one thing happens. And you know what that thing is? It's you get better. You progress. You grow. And is that not the purpose of life? Is that not the meaning of life? Well, the meaning of life is the meaning you give it. And lastly, I want to say this. If you lie to yourself, don't worry, you're not alone. We all do it from time to time. But the challenge is to forgive yourself for the times in your life when you said you were going to do something and you didn't do it. To realize that you're not perfect, to realize that it's okay, but to forgive yourself and to create a new, better version of yourself. Check out some of the other videos where we talk about future self and helping you build the clarity and the identity of the person that you could be in the future. It's time for us to be the change that the world wants to see. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.